In this kind of equation, you also have the distributive property, but on this kind of equation, you have the distributive property that you have to do on the left and on the right side of the equal sign. So let's start off by simplifying the left side of the equal sign. We have positive 2 times a positive 3x. That's going to give me a positive 6x. Then I have a positive 2 times a positive 2. That gives me a positive 4. Then I have my equal sign. On the right side, I have a positive 4 times a positive 6, which is 24. And then I have a positive 4 times a positive x, which is simply positive 4x. Now I'm going to go ahead and change the font here so that everything looks more standardized. I'm going to make it a 14 bold. Okay. Now I put here on this step that you now have x on both sides of the equal sign, which is what you had here as well. But now it's simplified because there are no parentheses. Now you have to solve it like we've learned to solve an equation with an x on each side. So I'm going to take this equation here, I'm going to copy it and paste it into the third line so that I can work on it. The directions say to add the inverse and highlight the zero pair. Remember, if x is on both sides, you need to get the x's all over to the left side, the equal sign. So the way I have taught you how to do that is get rid of the x on the right. So if there's positive 4x on the right, you need to add a negative 4x to it to get rid of it. Now go ahead and make that red because our inverse is always going to be red, so it's very clear what you're adding onto each side. And then while you've got it highlighted, copy it. Now come over here, and I think the best place to put it on the left side is right behind the 6x term. So you're going to paste it right behind the positive 6x. Now you need to highlight the zero pair. In this case, the zero pair is the positive 4x, negative 4x. When you add those together, you get 0x, which is 0. Okay, come down into the next line, and you're going to simplify. Well, 6x minus 4x is 2x. Or another way of looking at that is 6x plus negative 4x, which also gives you 2x. Then you have the positive 4 there. And then you've got your equal sign. Then on the right side of the equal sign, all you have left is the 24 because the zero pair does not need to be written anymore. Okay, go ahead and make the font bigger on this step. Now, the next thing you have to do is realize that what you have here is a two-step equation. So let's solve the two-step equation like we know how to do. You're going to be adding the inverse of positive 4 to each side, because remember our goal is to get x alone. So if 2x is on the left and positive 4 is on the left, you need to get rid of that positive 4 first. So I'm going to add a negative 4 to it. I'm going to make it red, and then I'm going to copy it. Control C, put it on the right side of the equal sign, and paste it there. Alright, now I need to highlight the zero pair. So now the 4, negative 4 is gone. What that leaves me with on the left side is the 2x term sitting alone. Then I've got equals, and I've got a 24 plus a negative 4, which is positive 20. In this step, you're going to notice that you have a one-step equation in which the coefficient is not 1. So I'm going to be dividing. So I'm going to copy that, paste it down into this step. I'm going to make the coefficient blue, and I'm going to copy it right after I make it blue. So I come up here to the text color, make it blue, Control C. I'm going to divide 2x by that 2, and I'm going to divide the 20 by that 2. Then I'm going to simplify each side of the equal sign. 2x divided by 2 is 1x equals 20 divided by 2 is 10. And my equation is solved.